Well, all the excavation is now done. This is the old hatch, so we've taken it all the way down there, so we can basically have the new concrete flowing right through to the next chamber, and then we can block this back up. The concrete will actually help to support this bit of foundation. The next step now, it's we're going to be slicing those off and then removing it, making it flush with the wall. So we've got the stepped foundation all the way around. Some places have 2 steps, which means it's an external wall. This is the 2-step. You can see that just 2 steps there. There's 2 steps in here, and this is representing an external wall. Okay. Right, so we're done leveling the foundation all the way around, and as I mentioned before, you're only allowed to remove these step foundations with the permission and drawing of the structural engineer. In some areas we have to leave it because this is the stairs walls, and it's actually reinforced. This wall here as well, the dividing wall, the foundation was left in place. This is where the channels will be going through that little brick or brick hole, and then right here we will be excavating for the sump. So for the sump, this is going to be, that's roughly where the sump is going to be. This is the actual part of an old sump that we had to cut off. So we'll be using this as a bit of a template to excavate all the way around it. We'll be using various tools. We're going to start with a grafter to create the circle all the way around it, and then we'll move into the long handled shovel, and then we will have some grab shovel, and I will show this later. Okay, so we done with the sump, and it is roughly 600 by 600 by 600, and basically the depth of the sump is equivalent to 2 drain risers, which we devised together. We put one on top of the other. The drain risers will then sit directly into the sump. As you can see, that ring that I showed you before, I think it's out of here now. The ring that I showed you before, the jig, it's exactly the same diameter of the sump. So we use this to calculate the diameter. Once the sump goes in, it will have a bed of about 3 inches of concrete, which is about 70 millimeters, 7 centimeters. You guys see all these measurements nowadays. Okay, so the channels now, the next step will be creating the channel space, or the channel cavity, which will run across all the way around the basement, around the perimeter of the basement, apart from this wall here, which we want the concrete to go all the way to this wall, and this should reinforce this wall back in. But apart from that, the channels will start from this corner here, will run across into the sump, and then the channels will come from the other side. We'll go all the way around through that wall and into this sump. There is no need to create levels, meaning, oops, I'm trying to go with the tape. There's no need to create those levels, which is a run into the sump, because these are self-leveling sumps. They are 18 millimeters perforated land drain pipe, and we will show you exactly how we put them. We also protect the pipe with geotextile cloth, as some people know it as the sock, but we don't use the sock because it's too loose. But you will see this in upcoming videos. So the next step, like I said, we will have the channels being created, or the cavity being created, and we'll be using something which is quite surprising to some of you. Some people already use it, but we devised our own technique to create those space. Yeah, go on. Let's see how far this will take us. It looks like quite a lot. This one. So you can see we've finished the wrapping of the channels. They're running all the way across to where the sump and the pump is going to go. Some of the visqueen has been attached to the walls with nails, and this is the places where we're not having any channels, but we fasten those channels basically with some cloth nails, and it's just very basic wrap. This membrane on the floor, we're not using this as a primary waterproofing, because this is not what we use for waterproofing or water management, as we call it. We use the membrane, which you'll be seeing once we introduce the membrane into the basement. We will show you the process. Right, the concrete is here finally, 2 hours late. So let's hope it's only going to take us about 20 minutes to have the full pour. It's 2.6 cubic meters, so it's not massive. Okay. That's a good one, that. Just let the whole lot in, yeah? Yeah. Done. Just stand there. Let it come in. Okay, so we are approximately 30 minutes into the pour. The window is back. The concrete has been leveled to quite a nice smooth surface. We've checked it with the laser and everything seems to be quite perfect the way we like it. The next video will be removing those channels, creating the cavity once we take these blocks of polystyrene out, and we will fill the channels using the land drain pipe with gravel or pea gravel, 10mm pea gravel, but we will see you in the next video. So this is the site after we've done. As you can see, everything's been cleaned. Even the paving is clean, like we've never been here. That's how we do it. So all the equipment is back in, and we're gonna head home now, have something to eat, and take it easy for the rest of the day.